So the team is going. Yeah,
Yep.
we are on our way to
Morehead.
we're going to Morehead State University. As you can see, everybody's getting ready. So we are gonna tour the school and we'll give you more details of the school. So get ready, everybody. Get ready. Yeah, so that's the full team. Hope everybody's ready. Yeah. So man of God, what should people expect?
Oh, they should expect, a lot of things. Once we get there, we're going to be touring the campus, talk to, the people in charge there to see, help students, how they can be able to get into the school and help them with scholarships. So expect more.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So you heard. Get ready. Just make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Expect more to come. We'll show you the school, the view, everything. Yeah, that's Brianna. She's just packing things. Yeah, she's packing things. Who is our driver?
Deontay.
Who is our driver?
What's up? What's good?
Mm-hmm. Are we safe? Are we okay?
Yeah, we gonna make it there.
That's great. So that's our driver, Deontay. And we have here Pastor. How are you?
Yes, how you doing? How you doing?
What should people expect?
Oh man, they should expect something great because we're going out and doing great things for the community and doing great things for these kids getting out of high school to get into college. So, amen to that. Let's change lives.
Awesome. Glory to God. So you head and be ready. It's gonna be massive. It's gonna be great. Glory to God. Drive, so this is review. Yeah,
this is Louisville, yes.
Yeah, so
Louisville, Kentucky.
This is Kentucky, Louisville. So we are on our way to the school. Yeah, guys, get ready. Glory to God.
I've been speaking with you.
Yes. Here's what we're going to do, guys. I'm going to take you upstairs to meet with Erica.
Okay.
She's our Director of International Admissions. She'll be able to give you all some more information that you can pass along to your students. And then I have a lady, Joanna, and she's going to take you on a tour of the campus on a golf cart. Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Is there anything else we can help you with?
Not really.
Okay.
I'm a good man.
All right.
We are sorry.
Sorry, guys. I have a tendency to just run. We're just going to go right now. Okay?
The scholarship coming through AFL.
So yeah, if a student applies through an agency, so like if we made a partnership with you guys, they will receive a scholarship that gives them $8,000 per year towards tuition, so $4,000 for spring and $4,000 for fall. So the total scholarship on their I-20 would be $12,800, and the requirement for that is a 2.0 GPA.
Another question based on the document. So you were mentioning financial document, right? So when the student is applying, right, how much money do you think they should have, the sponsors should have in their account before, the cost of attendance?
So the cost for every international student is $35,000, but with the scholarship it deducts off that, so it's $22,200.
22,200.
We'd have to have some type of reference for it.
Okay, so you have business school, right? you have the College of Business, right? So that's the College of Business and other faculties provide graduate assistantship aside the scholarship.
Yeah, they do, and it's not something that's like everybody will get it, but you can apply for that, and that is about $10,000 per year for, and that would be put on their I-20, so also a deduction off of the financial support if they receive it.
So do you request for any standardized tests like GRE, GMAT, any other thing for
IELTS.
graduate schools?
For graduate admissions, they have a different process. They're actually separate from this office, and I know that they require some placement testing, so I'm not sure exactly what they are. But for undergraduate admission, it's just the IELTS with TOEFL, Duolingo, Pearson, some type of English test, and then if they have SAT, ACT, it's helpful for their classes, but it's not required for admissions.
Okay, so I'm coming to show you a sample of some students. WAEC, that's the West African Examination Council.
Like someone coming from West Africa.
West Africa. So I'm coming to show you a sample of the person's results. And I would like to know if the person will need to provide a SAT, is any English proficiency exams or any standardized test. So hold on a minute, I'm trying to pull the person's results and see. So I will use we can also use as a yardstick when somebody has similar results. We can also predict that, okay, the school will need this or not. So, a minute, please. I'm so sorry.
No, you take your time.
But do you also request for the graduate school? Do you request the student to provide any English translation, like as in the West transcript?
Yeah, they require like a West or a Spanish training.
Can that be waived in some time?
I am not, like I said, I'm not familiar with the graduate process because I do undergraduate, and so they're a different department, and they might take you there on tour to ask them some of those questions. But I'm pretty sure they require one of those.
But
what about the undergrad?
What of the undergrad?
An undergraduate, if they have like college, if they have university or college experience, then they'll have to have a West or a Spanish training. But if it's just high school, it's not needed.
This is the person's West African high school score.
All right, this is going to be our second floor of ADUC. Over to our left, we're going to have one of our student offices. So we're going to have SGA, so Student Government Association, our Greek and Sorority Life. So if you are ever having any questions about that, our Greek advisor will be down that hallway. And then also to the right, we're also going to have our diversity kind of lounge, but also our diversity officer / advisor. Over to your guys' right, your left, we're gonna have Moe's. Moe's is kind of gonna be very similar to Chipotle, Qdoba, so kind of that take on it. It is its own separate franchise, however. We're gonna have which is gonna be your sandwich place, so pretty much think of Subway, Jimmy John's, etc. And then towards the back, you guys will see it a little bit further. We're gonna have Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A is gonna be one of our restaurants that are gonna be open the earliest here. It's going to open up at 7:30. It's also going to be open at 7:30 along with our Starbucks. So we are the second largest. We do have the second largest Starbucks here on a college campus within the United States. Chick-fil-A, they do have an all-day menu, so they have both breakfast and lunch. So feel free to pick up some nuggets in the morning and then go ahead and get your sandwich in the afternoon. As we continue, our student affairs office is going to be on to your guys' my very far left. And there you're going to find people such as our student affairs VP as well as our dean of students. So if you have any questions for them, feel free to go ahead and in that office. And then this is going to be our international student services office for all of our international students, as well as the very far back is going to have a little hangout spot for them. And then right before we go down the stairs, we're going to have our next two dining options. These are going to be our fast food. So we have a larger dining option and then just more of a restaurant. It's going to be our restaurant. So we're also going to have our steak and shake and our Eiffel pizza. Eiffel pizza composed of pasta, pizza, as well as a salad bar. Be biology, chemistry, or biomedical sciences, or biomedical chemistry. Those classes will be in there. All of our classes that have science as well as the lab component will be in there as well.
Okay, so what are the courses that are
Over 142 undergraduate courses, but it can range from anything from your master's or your bachelor's. So whether it be an entrepreneur major, sports management, business degree, business analytics, anything ranging from that. Any other questions of any of those classes? They are eligible to do a test to see if they are able to be placed into a higher up class. All right. Yep. All right, we're not going to go inside, but this is going to be our Space Science Center, Science Engineering, as well as our astrophysics and our Master's in Space Science Engineering. We are one of 5 universities to actually work with NASA directly. We are a NASA Space Grant University. We're also one of the only universities to have a direct satellite from NASA on campus as well. It is composed of various labs for all of our students, supercomputers. It's also going to have a 9-seat planetarium as well as a space science theater. They do a lot of light shows, which are usually have free events for all of our students to see all those light shows as well. Yeah. You guys have any questions about our space science engineering program?
I like it. So
Our second dining facility here on campus. So one of them was the Rock. This is going to be the second one. So this is going to be more of a buffet style type of dining situation. So instead of going up and actually buying an actual meal from here, that kind of have anything to choose, just doing the tour. Pretty much the student will have their Eagle ID. Once they have their ID, they'll go ahead and tap it on that black thing over there. That'll count as a milk swipe, and then they are free to stay here at any time as they want, as long as it's still open and not closed yet. So we're gonna go ahead and do a little walk around. I will go ahead and say that not everything is on menu just because we don't have all of our students on campus just yet, but they should be arriving within a week. So the name comes from Rocky Atkins. He's going to be one of our, he's pretty much the right hand of our governor right now, the governor of Kentucky. He's actually graduated from here as well.
Oh, okay. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
So you were talking about the student need to swipe, right?
Mm-hmm.
So all this, the meal swipe and other things, is it included in the student fees?
Yes. So whenever we require, so a student who doesn't live within 60 miles radius of the university, they are required to buy one, a housing, and then two, meal plans. So the lowest meal plan is going to be, if I remember correctly, 7 meals per week, as well as the $500 flex dollar.
So if you live around 600, did you say 600?
Huh?
What's the range that you gave?
The rates, I couldn't tell you off the top of my head.
You gave a range that student who lives within the
60-mile radius.
60 mile
Yeah, so if they live within the 60-mile radius, they are eligible for a waiver. And that is, we have to see their utility bill, and they're also eligible to apply to that waiver online as well.
Okay, so there's no extra charge for it if you live in the 60 miles,
Yes.
right? Okay. All right.
All right, behind us, we're gonna have our rope course. This rope course is primarily for our outdoors adventures clubs. The thing is, what we're told is on Halloween, if a student decides to actually wear a costume and actually makes it across all the way, they are eligible for a prize. I have yet to see it, but I'm also not here on Halloween. Over here in front of us, we're gonna have Alumni Tower. Alumni Tower is gonna be one of our residence hall. On below that, on that black roofing, we're gonna have the pod. So that's gonna be our provisions on-demand store. It's kind of the convenience store here on campus. So if you don't feel like driving all the way to Kroger, Walmart, or any other convenience store, feel free to just stop by. We like to call it the gas station without the gas, or the pharmacy without the pharmacy. Pretty much, it's all in there. On the bottom of that, it's gonna be our housing department. So if you ever have problems with housing, that is where their offices are gonna be at. I mentioned Andrews a while ago. Towards the back of me, we're gonna have our Eagle Lake apartments. These are going to be reserved for students for 30 plus hours. They can, so if freshmen with 30 plus hours apply for that, they would not be eligible, but a sophomore I will not be able to. We're going to be the only university in Kentucky to actually have a lake on campus. It's also going to be composed of a 1.25 mile trail. It's also going to be in conjunction with a Shell Towing Trail. Shell Towing Trail is just a 3-day long trail that comes from Kentucky all the way to Tennessee. It goes all the way to Jackson, Tennessee, so it just depends on which. You guys can walk up. So over to our right, over to our right, we're gonna have our Olympic style pool. So it's gonna have 6 lane and 1 whirlpool. Over to the left, we're gonna walk past it. We're gonna have our 3 basketball courts. They are eligible to be reserved as well as cut off. You can also play pickleball, so they can set up a pickleball net and you can go ahead and play pickleball. Towards the very end, we're gonna have our outdoors adventures club. Those two glass doors are going to be our racquetball rooms. Over here, it's kind of designed in a different order. So we're going to have cardio, CrossFit, and then weightlifting. We're also going to have another weightlifting upstairs, and we're actually going to go upstairs so you guys can see it a little bit better too.
Okay.
All right, you guys can go this way. We are going to be 29th in the nation for our recreational and wellness center just because of health fitness promotion. Help built it. And then whenever I was telling you guys about rentals and our rock wall, it's going to be out here. So Outdoors Adventures is actually going to be a club here on campus. So this second floor is going to be composed of cardio equipment as well as our classrooms and our cycling studio. Our cycling studio as well as our classrooms composed of one, cycling obviously, yoga, Zumba, and other classes like that. All of our students have the ability to actually look online and see what they can reserve. So whether it be a class in the morning or a class in the afternoon, they can go ahead and reserve their spot, as well as see all the times that things are going on in here as well. This track that we're walking on right now changes direction. So right now, obviously, we are going clockwise. Other days, it will go counterclockwise. The reason it changes is just because, one, for healthness reasons. So studies have shown that if you walk the same direction every single time, the cartilage on your knee will actually break down. So we try to change it up. So for your own health. And then two, we always just want to make sure everyone's walking in the same direction. Oh, towards the back, we're going to have another classroom as well as a weightlifting section. And you guys can actually get a better look of the pool from up here as well. We call this Shy Guys Corner. We call this Shy Guys Corner, so if you don't want to go do weightlifting downstairs, you are eligible to come and do weightlifting upstairs.
Imagine how warm today.
It's not been that warm as last week.
You'll be good in the water.
We're gonna test for the students.
Students just before.
I asked if people are students.
I'm soon only when I have my card. One of my mates is my swimming guard, so he guys know when I'm getting
We went to the Hall of Science and everything. Is there a specific building for nursing?
Yes. We won't actually be seeing that just because it is across. So the way we do tour usually is that we'll start at ADA. We'll circle around to go to the Space Science Center, and then we'll circle around to come in here. But because it's a little bit out of loop just because of the roads, we're trying to fix all of our roads right now for all of our students in Florida Camp. So we're having a lot of renovations. We're renovating residence halls. We're getting a new engineering building, and then we're about to tear down another residence. So usually there is kind of a limit. So there isn't really a requirement. The way it works is this year they do require you to at least have a 21 ACT. I know that's coming and changing. The way it goes is that if you're taking a 4-year program, you'll come in as pre-pharmacy for your first 2 years, and then you'll go into your nursing and clinicals your third and fourth year. We do have a 100% passing rate on our NCLEX exams, and then for the 2-year program, for the board exams, we have a 96% pass rate. Yeah.
see you.
So towards the back, we passed it probably like a few times on tour. It's going to be Bird Music Hall. Bird Music Hall is going to be home to our music department. Really cool thing about music department is that you don't have to be a music major to be in the department. It's also kind of like a 2-in-1 program. So not only are you auditioning to be in the music program, but you're also auditioning to scholarship money. The way I like to put it, you're practically auditioning to be paid to play an instrument on campus. Yep.
Yeah, but they will not accept me because my voice is not good.
So they give scholarship to students.
Yeah.
To play in the amount of money that they will give you.
Oh,
Wow.
So that scholarship that you pay for.
It will apply to, so it will actually stack on top of any merit-based scholarship. So I know for international they use a lot of our out-of-state scholarships, so it will stack on top of those.
Okay.
Yep.
That sounds great.
Yep. All right, you guys. For that, I'll take you guys to Ginger to go meet with the graduate office as well.
Okay.
So what is this over here?
So I'm about to talk about that. So behind us, we're gonna have Greg Thompson. Greg Thompson is home to our Craft Academy. Craft Academy is a academy where students from who are juniors and seniors in high school. So they apply their sophomore year, they spend their junior and senior year here on campus as actual college goods. They graduate high school with their associate's degree. If they would like afterwards, they can go ahead and get their bachelor's degree in another 2 years. Over towards the back, we're going to have IT, so Technology Services Center. That's going to be IT, so if any student has problems with their computers, whether it be iPad or just having problems with resetting their password or anything, they're eligible to go ahead and see IT, and they will help them with that. Over here to our left, we're going to have Raider Hall. Raider Hall is going to be home to a lot of our either sociology, political science, history, or legal studies. So I always say a student will most likely have a class in there at least once in their college career here, because a lot of their gen eds are going to be in the basement in there with our large lecture rooms. Behind us, we're going to have Claypool Young Art Center. Claypool Young Art Center is going to be home to our art department. So it's going to be composed of classrooms as well as an art museum. So it's going to have both professional and student artwork in there as well. All right. Remind you the 30 minutes
Are you going to switch this?
right now, yes. I'm just gonna wait and do kind of this part of the area, and then we'll go in there. All right, over to my right, we're going to have Hal McDowell. Hal McDowell is going to be home to our billing as well as HR. So if you have an institutional or federal work study, it'll be in there. And then the third one, the first floor is going to be also going to be home to our president's office. He does have an open door policy, so meaning if his door is open, any student is eligible to go ahead and peek inside. He's really nice. He's also very well spoken. So feel free to just pop in your head and say hi if he's in there. Behind us, we're going to have Ginger Hall. Ginger Hall is going to be composed of our education department. I always like to highlight our education department just because they try to put the hands on as soon as possible. It's one of the things I really like about them. So what they do is they will place you in the classroom your first semester here to make sure, one, that's the age group you want to be working with, and then two, that is what you want to be doing with once you graduate. So we want to make sure education is what kind of degree that you want to go into, as well as the major, and you're sure about it. Towards the back, we really can't see it from here just because of the trees. It's going to be Allie Young. Allie Young is going to be home to our health services as well as our counseling. So those are free services here on campus. If a student is coming down with a cold, there are going to be nurses on standby for them. So they can go ahead and say, hey, I'm feeling down. Can I get some medicine, antibiotics? They can prescribe them the medicine. They just can't give it to them. But we do have 3 pharmacies within walking distance that they're eligible to go to as well. And then all the way very far left, we're going to have Cam and Care Library. That's going to be our library here on campus. It's going to be composed of 5 floors. The first floor is going to be kind of your white board study area. Second floor is going to be your typical library, long study tables. The third floor is going to be your quiet floor. And the third and fifth floor is going to be very similar to your second floor. Second floor also has 2 study rooms that are eligible to be reserved, as well as have touchscreen whiteboards that students are also able to use. Our fourth and fifth floor are also going to be home to our Appalachian Museum. So there's also going to be a really cool museum. I always recommend students to go in there as well. They have really nice sculptures. Towards the very far left, we're going to have our Button Auditorium. Button Auditorium is just a big auditorium that all of our president uses just to go ahead and kind of address the student body, large student body. We're also going to have Foley's on there, so that's going to be part of our Greek life. Foley's is just, they choose, it's going to be part of Chi O. It's going to be sorority here on campus. What they do is they're going to go ahead and use those funds to go ahead and raise funds for a Make-A-Wish Foundation as well as a Make-A-Wish kit. Usually our sorority and Greek life raise over $40,000 each year, so it's pretty good. And then on the bottom of that, the basement of Button Auditorium is going to be home to our co-ed rifle team as well as our ROTC program. So our ROTC program pretty much commissions all of our students to come out as officers once they graduate college. All right, you guys, do you have any questions about this part of campus? All right, we're going to go ahead.
I love watching that free rooftop soda.
Should be in 701. Oh.
In art, Masters of Music, Master of Science in Biology, Master of Science in Engineering and Technology Management, Master of Science in Psychology, and Master of Science in Space Systems Engineering. Now, Space Systems Engineering, certain countries cannot be in this program, depending on, your country. Let's see.
But does your program give scholarship to international? Does the school have scholarship for?
The only scholarships we have for graduate that's our GA assistantships. Now, Ollie Floyd is over that. She is not here today. But so each department, we have, I think, 36 GA appointments available, and I think you get $10,000 stipend. I think that's every semester, maybe, or I think it's 10,000 a semester. Don't quote me on that. I'm pretty sure though. Always she's the one that's over that. But that's the only thing we have.
For 36 graduate assistantship.
We have available. You would have to apply to them, and you would apply to those online.
For 6 programs.
30. Well, it just depends on what programs we use GAs. we don't know from year to year. A program will reach out to us and say, hey, we're looking for a GA. And so they'll go on their website where, you know, everybody applies and they'll pick out. You have to have a 3.0 GPA or maintain that. Yeah. I think it's a 3.0. Jira.
Because that is the main focus of most of the international
departments are wanting one and how many apply.
Okay.
You know? I think that there's a good chance if you apply to one, you get it as long as you meet the requirements. I think that, that's, you have a pretty good chance.
So do you consider GRE in the part of your consideration?
Well, that's depending on the program. Now, the Master's of Arts program, we have like graphic design studio, and so you would have to submit like your work to them, and there's different requirements for that. Right. All of this is on our website. It tells Master of Music, of course, you may have to do an audition. If you're going to education, you do not. If you're going to performance, that's the two tracks. At performance, you would have to do an audition, but education, you would not. Master of Science, they do require GRE, but they'll actually admit you conditionally the first semester and give you that semester to meet that GRE requirement. Engineering and Technology Management, that is the one that you can be admitted unconditionally without a GRE as long as you have 3 good letters of recommendation of experience and that you have, hold on, let me click on it. Click on additional requirements. Right now our system is a little down. So, but anyway, yes, that's fine. Yeah, feel free to take a card. And and on our psychology, that is our most stringent one. They only admit in the fall, and you do have to have a GRE, and you do have to submit like a resume, 3 letters of recommendation, which they have a form.
Before you can join the program? Is it before you can join the program for psychology? Okay.
It's a counseling and psychology, and you can only apply for the fall. Okay. That's the only time they admit, and you have to. I think you have to have. They prefer a 3.5 GPA if you had that on your undergraduate, and I'm thinking they prefer if you do have a psychology undergraduate degree, of course, or sociology maybe, but aerospace system engineering requires a GRE as well. Those are the 2 that. In biology, they all require GREs, but like I said, biology will let you admit you conditionally and then give you that semester to submit GRE test scores.
Gotcha.
So yeah.
Oh, thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you so much. This is Akins, CEO of AFL Company. We have been touring Morehead State University today. We have toured undergraduate and graduate department. All I want to talk to you today is that you got to enroll through AFL. We have scholarship available through AFL and even more. So if you come through AFL, you have a lot to gain. So I will encourage students out there, and also international students who are interested in coming to Morehead State University to come through us. Thank you so much.
Wow. Morehead State University. Guys, I'm Lawrence Ignatius Kuma, a member of the AFL company. I'm in charge of international student application, and I take charge of those stuff, your requirement and everything based on every school and their requirements, and I take charge of that. Guys, it's so amazing if you do your application through us. The other schools are giving scholarships if you apply through us. So come join us, bring your applications, let us do it for you, and it comes with a minimum cost. I said it again, it comes with a minimum cost. So guys, don't panic. We are not going to charge you so much. We are going to charge you a little and do your work for you, and we are going to match you with a good school. Look at this today. We came to Morehead State University, and we have a lot to do with you. Come do your application with us, and it will be great for you. Thank you. Bye-bye.